Mastering fractions. Add and subtract with different denominators. Hello learners! Today we're diving into the world of fractions. Specifically, we'll tackle adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. Don't worry if it sounds challenging. We'll break it down step by step so you can conquer fractions confidently. First, let's recap what a fraction is. A fraction represents a part of a whole. It has two parts, a numerator, the top number, and a denominator, the bottom number. The denominator tells us how many equal parts the whole is divided into, and the numerator tells us how many of these parts we have. Unlike denominators mean that the denominators, or the bottom numbers of two or more fractions, are not the same. For example, in fractions 1/3 and 1/2, 3 and 2 are unlike denominators. This makes adding or subtracting these fractions a bit more tricky, but definitely not impossible. To add or subtract fractions with unlike denominators, we first need to find a common denominator. This is a number that both denominators can divide into evenly. In other words, it's a common multiple of the denominators. Take our example fractions, 1/3 and 1/2. The denominators are 3 and 2. The smallest number that both 2 and 3 can divide into is 6. So, 6 is our common denominator. Next, we have to convert our fractions to have this common denominator. How do we do that? By multiplying the numerator and the denominator of each fraction by the number that will turn the denominator into the common denominator. For 1/3, we multiply both the numerator and denominator by 2 to get 2/6. For 1/2, we multiply by 3 to get 3/6. Now that we have like denominators, we can add or subtract the fractions. We do this by adding or subtracting the numerators, while the denominator remains the same. For addition, 2/6 plus 3/6 equals 5/6. For subtraction, 3/6 to 2/6 equals 1/6. And there you have it. Thanks for joining me in this journey to master fractions. I hope that you now understand how to add and subtract fractions with unlike denominators. Remember, it's all about finding that common denominator and adjusting your fractions accordingly. Keep practicing, and soon enough, fractions will be a piece of cake. Until next time, happy learning!